If you can get shot for having a cell phone in your hand, if you can get shot with your hands up, I mean, it's a state of war, a police state.
People are scared. They've been that way so long.
There's black policing and there's white policing. So they lined up against you before you even get started.
You can't walk. It's a big difference. It's a big difference.
When my twin brother, Terrence Crutcher, was shot and killed by Officer Betty Shelby, who was a police officer at the time, back in September of 2016, my life changed drastically. And it just hasn't been the same. But it does keep me going because I believe we're in a state of emergency. You know, when you talk about police brutality and unarmed black men being disproportionately killed by law enforcement. And here recently, while I've been home for these past 3 months, the DOJ from DC, they flew down to meet with my family and my attorneys and to share with us the news that they would not indict Betty Shelby or pursue charges on the federal criminal side. And that was like another shot fired for us. But when you have unarmed individuals that you've pulled over because of a routine traffic stop or because you don't like the way they talk to you, and then you get them out of the car and you bring all of these police officers and helicopters for what?
Well, the general sentiment is that policing is done differently in North Tulsa than in, say, South Tulsa, other parts of the community.
All of these police officers come, and this is what we're fighting, and all he's saying is, let me call my mama and let me prove that this is her car.
That's the idea of what over-policing does. Pretext stops or whatever it takes to harass. And when you harass, all you're doing is saying, we're the power, you're not.
You have a problem that is systemic across the nation, and everybody's having the same discussion.
This style of policing, this aggressive policing, this military style policing, reactive style, and we see this played out nationally. It's one of those concepts that is wrong on its face, that says we're going to police you in a way that might violate your civil rights or your human rights and certainly your dignity. And if you don't accept this level of policing, then we may not protect you at all.
And it's just a continuation of the narrative that's persisted in this country for hundreds of years, where black people are presumed dangerous and guilty.
The killing of Terrence Crutcher, like many of the other high-profile police killings throughout the U.S. in recent years, has really helped to expose some of the often discriminatory and even brutal tactics by police. We wanted to see what goes on behind that or beneath the killings. The killings get all the attention, but what are the day-to-day policing interactions like? I spoke to numerous people who described these experiences and community leaders who talked about how this is what happens in our neighborhoods. Police are stopping people living in black and poor neighborhoods at vastly greater rates. We found that Tulsa police were using physical force against black people at a substantially higher rate than against white people. Dog bites, tasers, pepper spray. Everyone there is aware of what happened to Terrence Crutcher and what happened to a number of other people who have been killed. And so when there's interactions with the police, what happened to Terrence Crutcher is on people's minds.